Joe, what up? Peace and blessing to the fam. This is your big homie Jared with the Retro Insider. As always, thank you for checking out today's video where we're taking a look at the Nike Field General. Now, this is a brand new silhouette for the channel, one that really hadn't been on my radar, but I took a trip to the local JD Sports this past weekend during tax-free weekend here in Texas, and I noticed these had a very good price. So I just tried them out to see if I like them, and to my surprise, they were pretty pleasant. So as far as this particular shoe, originally came out in 1982. I think Nike pulled them out of the archive, I think last year, if not I'm mistaken. So this is the shoe that was originally used for the football field. So it's kind of unique aspect of the shoe being a football, I guess you could call them a cleat, an early version of a cleat. And now it's more of a lifestyle wear. Now the retail price now is $105, which to me is kind of steep for a shoe of this nature. However, JD Sports had them on sale for $60. So almost, what is that, 40% off. So in addition to that, I had some status points that I was going to use, so I got an additional $20 off. Since it was tax-free weekend, that brought it down to $40 even. So a very, very nice price point, hard to pass up for me. I don't really have a lot of black sneakers, so I went with this black colorway for that reason. Still yet to be determined whether or not I keep them, but anyways, let's get into the shoe. Now, as far as the shoe's construction, very simple. As you can imagine from a shoe that came out in the early 80s, the majority of the upper is comprised of this base, which is a nylon material. Not super soft, but still kind of soft in a sense. As you can imagine, this is a football shoe, so it had to be kind of sturdy. So it's fairly sturdy, but not super sturdy, if that makes sense. Now, the rest of the shoe is going to be overlaid with this black suede, which is a decent suede in my opinion for Nike, and especially at this price point. A lot softer than that suede used on the Air Force One that I reviewed not too long ago. So has a nice little nap to it, color changing effect, still deep in color, rich in color, and that wraps around the toe box, comes around this back heel, and then loops around the lace portion of the shoe. Now, the other aspect of the shoe is the leather, which is synthetic, coming on the back portion of the heel with the Nike brand in there, and then the swoosh is done in this white leather as well. Definitely not anything premium or to write home about, just basic, generic Nike leather for this price point. Tongue done in the same nylon material. Then we have this black label with the white embroidery there with Nike. Sock liner, textile sock liner, pretty standard, not too soft, but just perfect for what it is. And then we have this black insole with no branding. So moving down to the midsole, it's done in this textured black rubber. It's definitely not soft, pretty hard there. But on feet, surprisingly, I'll get into comfort later, but you know, it's pretty nice as far as the comfort. Of course, the outsole, we got these, I guess you can call them nubs, a little spike cleat deals. They're soft to the touch, and surprisingly, when I tried this on foot, you don't really notice that these are at the bottom. Now, for others who may have bought a previous shoe in the past from Nike that had these, maybe like the what were those running shoes from Off-White a few years back, you'll notice you kind of felt it on those because they had the little things protruding out of it. But these are pretty flush, and to be honest with you, there's so many of them, and they cover a large portion of the surface area, you don't really notice it. Now, as far as the sizing on this shoe, I went with my most normal Nike size, which was a size 12, and it fit pretty well. Ample room in the toe box area, not constricted at all. So if you do have wider feet, the good thing about these materials, they are pliable and they will eventually mold to your feet if they are a little tight in the beginning. So, you know, in a pinch, could I have gone down a half size? Probably not. 12 works, but if I would change any size, I would probably go up a half size as opposed to down a half size. But that's just my preference. Yours might be a little different. Of course, you got different feet, different ideas of what comfort is to each one of us. So if you can, go into a JD Sports or Finish Line and try these on. They should have sizes available. Don't know how popular the shoe is, especially if it's going on sale for such a steep discount, but I did notice that some other colorways were sold out. So I guess it's kind of dependent on the colorway on whether or not this is a hot seller. But if you've had experience with this particular shoe, let me know in the comments below. Also, as far as your sizing, how did you go as far as sizing with these? So the next colorway of this shoe that I'm going to cover is going to be kind of look resembling of the Nike Kill Shot classic colorway with the gum bottom, kind of cream upper with the navy swoosh. So that one drew my attention. I was able to get it for a decent price. So if you want to check that video out and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll know when I drop that video.